Are we live?
Yep.
Okay.
Um, all right. Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, to the NxM Glory Season 1 playoffs. It is a day 6, and today we're having a best of 3, if I'm not misinformed. And on the left side, we have the Blood Oats versus, on the right side, Peak to Plummet. Um, of course, for
Upper
this,
bracket finals.
sorry.
Upper bracket finals.
Oh, this is the finals.
Upper bracket finals. And
Uh,
after this, if any team loses, he or she will be playing in the next match. That will be lower bracket finals against MAF.
okay, so this is in a way a very important match for both the teams, and we can see from the bans as well. They are banning heroes that are very annoying to be dealing with, especially against the skilled players. We see a ship ban coming in with the Zeus'ian ban, eh, which I think is very wise. The Suyo is interesting. I mean, uh, I guess to a point where you don't have a Suyo player because they had the first pick, right? They could have picked Suyo for themselves, but maybe they're not confident in that. Maybe they think the presence of a Suyo is very threatening to just not to just allow it. So decide to get rid of it, and so we can surmise from these bans that they're focusing on generally damaging heroes. Again, with the Sicilian, even though Sicilian first pick is kind of rare, they don't want to give it a chance, right? But then again, because of that, there are many other heroes that are still open, like Matilda, Hylos, Granger, even Harith, maybe, even though Harith did get nerfed a little bit, I think he's still very decent, very viable in this current meta. So let us see which heroes do get banned and which heroes do get picked in this game. All right. This is the Harith that I was talking about. Even though he did get a slight nerf, he's still a force to be reckoned with. So they decided to get rid of it. And so we go to the last ban for the peak to plummet. Skyzen contemplating on this very important ban. And it's going to be Matilda. But with that ban, they have opened Pandora's box for the Granger to be picked, for the Hylos to be picked, Gatot Kacha, so many potential heroes that are good in this. current meta. So if I were a betting man, I would probably say they're going to get the Granger because I mean Granger is a good hero, especially in the late game. He just spams his uh, he just spams his skills. The that Sonata even it's just so annoying. It's like a machine gun, but it actually does damage. So I'm really hoping for a Granger pick, or else at the least a Hylos pick. Okay, it wasn't a Granger, but it was a Hylos. They traded the Granger for the Hylos. Very a bold choice, a very bold statement indeed to be making here that they can deal with the Granger, even though he is very annoying in the late game, especially they think they have um, the capacity in their arsenal to um, just, deal with Granger. So let us see what they do. In response, we have them actually not trading the Granger, allowing the Ranger to still be free, deciding to pick Louis and the God of Kacha. Uh, Louis, as we saw, is very pivotal, I would say, for the pick to plummet. I've seen their diversion play come in clutch many times in this tournament and before also. So they decide to stick with their guns to do what they are best at and just pick up the Louis, even though it means giving away uh, other heroes. Huh. Well, for the next follow-ups are equally as interesting. The Padang, I understand. Um, it's the flicker and the fist breaker. The wall he creates is just so unbearable, especially with the Moscow pick as well. They both synergized very effectively. I mean, the Baran creates a wall, and then the Moscow just sticks the person in the wall. It's really annoying to deal with, and in response, they pick up the Irithel. So okay, no Granger game. Interesting. Uh, a few days ago, Granger was either banned or picked first, and now we see no sign of him. I don't know what happened in that time and this, but something must have happened. After the ban, which for the first time we have seen a Xavier ban. Very interesting from the side of Peak. I question the wisdom of that decision, but they know what they're doing. I guess they just wanted to get rid of AoE high damage scaling mages. So Xavier is out, and comes Hayabusa as well. I've noticed that both teams do not have their jungler yet. So, they could ban the opposition jungle quite easily because neither of them have any jungle. So we will see what they decide to do here. I mean, if I were them, I would probably focus on, okay, Bane. That was not going to be my guess. It's going to do something else, but Bane is equally as interesting as any other. The Blood Oaths, I think they should be focusing on their EX on the EXP or the roam because I mean yeah they could ban a jungler if they wanted to. I mean they could ban Fanny as well, but then again I think Badang is really good against Fanny. I think if you play Fanny against a Badang, you are not you know right in the head because it's just impossible. So maybe they won't ban the Fanny after all. Yeah, they're not going to ban the Fanny. Instead, Tigreal, the jungler of Peak is going to be Alpha. Relying on the early game damage, the tempo they have from the Spear of Alpha and the true damage he deals, but will it be enough for them to win this game? Let's see what the Blood Oaths do as a response. Is a YSS, a very effective hero at scaling, has good mobility as well as a very uh, important CC immunity on his first skill. So he decides to just take that. I don't think he'll ever be interrupted
Among the
by
planes
Gadokacha.
exists the
Your team is
equilibrium,
picking.
which I was made for.
And to close it off, a final
Sacrifice
conclusion,
when I give the
it's going
word.
to be Yves and Khalid for both teams respectively. I think the Yves pick is going to be hard for the Alpha because if the Alpha goes in, he has to get the kills. Because if not, then he will get stuck by the RWM, by the Glorious Pathway, the Badang, and the Moskov. Like, this is a death trap for Alpha if he doesn't know when to engage and when to retreat because I don't think he has much way to retreat. Whereas YSS, he can just go in, get out, and I think if you look at a technical perspective, at least just on paper, I think the Bloodhounds have a little bit of advantage here. But then again, everything comes down to execution, and we will see which team plays this game better than uh, the other.
Welcome to Moba Legends.
And here we go. This marks the
5
start
seconds
of
till the enemy
the
reaches the
upper
battle line.
bracket finals
Smash
for
them.
NxM
Ultimate
Glory Season
support.
1. And on the left side, I reminding, we have the Bloodhounds and Peak to Plummet, both the junglers going for their red and blue buff respectively. We have a little bit of dance being shown by Khalid and Hylos. I think this is a very early lane cut. He might be in trouble here, though. I think he might just be giving first blood. Has to flicker out. But I'm good. Oh yeah, this is first blood. The Wisest just comes in, takes it, and Khalid misses his entire wave. Definitely not a good start for Peak. Not a promising start, but not it's not lost. No, that was very interesting. Alpha is almost level 4. I think he'll get his after he takes the creep, but he's yeah. I think early game wise, Peak might have an advantage. I mean, Khalid did die to a first blood, so that is quite bad for them. This goes the ultimate of the Oasis, just giving vision for his team. Nothing too extraordinary, very casual farming session going on. Gatogacha, he is very tanky. I don't think he'll be going down anytime soon. We have both the mid laners clearing wave like it's any other game. Well, Turtle is going to spawn in 15 seconds. And if you look at the position of the both teams, Gatot Kacha is severely lacking on experience compared to the Badang. Okay, never mind, he is equal now, but I think level-wise, the Blood Oats might have an advantage here. Because Badang has taken the mid wave all for himself, and the Steve will be level 4 along with the Hylos almost. So you have what is here is a mm, now we have Iritel coming in, early rotation, very early. The turtle is very low. We have both the teams, Turtle Alpha being used on the back line, but Alpha is still standing strong. The high loss damage is not enough, and he secures the turtle for his team, but gives us his life, and that's actually a 3 for 3. I mean, if you look at the brass tacks, that's equal trade by any means, but he did get a turtle, even though he was jumped by Hylos and Badang. The Badang used the flicker along with the Hylos ultimate. That was still not enough to take out Alpha. This is the strong point of having an Alpha early game. You have the survivability along with the damage on that hero, so he can just tank through that fist and the Hylos, ring of punishment without dying. So yeah, I think that's a W for Peak Development. If you look at the levels as well, Vice is barely level 7, while uh, Alpha is the quarter way around. And so I think, at least jungle-wise, Alpha is in the lead. right now, this is diversity play coming on the on the mid lane. On the mid lane, yeah. The position is here, but the Moscow is quite late. Again, this is what I said about the Louis or the Peak Plummet. She really knows when to use her ultimate, when to pick up single fights, and on the bottom lane as well. YS is going down to the Khalid. The Raging Sandstorm is in of the Glorious Pathway very, very late. Didn't really save his team, and now it looks like they're fumbling, they're crumbling under the pressure that the peak has. As I said, they have the severe advantage of the early game. Their presence is very dominating, and we can see it here in full display. The way they're using their potential in getting these pickoffs, which slowly but surely is increasing their goal gap. And yeah, this turtle is taken without any trouble. And another diversion play coming on the on the blue buff. And the Spirit of Alpha does not hit the YSS, but the YSS will be going down regardless to the Irital. Irital
Double
still
kill.
looking for a double kill. He does get it. And yeah, I think she will be fine with the sprint activated. Okay, and now I mean, the Bloodouts, they really need to be aware of this Louis because nowhere is safe, apparently. The YSS was just minding his own business, taking the blue buff, but he got invaded. He got jumped for his lunch money. Five people at once. Uh, you can't do much. Even though you have the CC immunity on on your first skill, the Irithel just chased him down and battered him, which I think is being beautifully used by the Louis on the red side. There's a diversion play coming. There is a diversion play coming in. The Raging Sandstorm again enough to take him out. Yeah, this Louis is really, really picking off. You can't really split push again against the Louis because she can just teleport with her team. I mean, that's just the annoyance to be dealing with. Yeah, I think that warrants a ban actually. Oh, the Badang catching on to the Louis. The Louis is going to go down to the RWM again, but that's a very good exchange. Something they needed. That momentum is something what they needed. But I think they might be going more. The Spirit of Alpha is here, and what would you look at that? That's a complete turnaround. The Alpha with the double kill, but Eve is not done yet. The YSS taking the kill on the
Triple kill.
Alpha, a shutdown kill. The Aerisel with her ultimate will almost be taking down the Moscow, but I'm afraid that's all they get, along with the mid turret as well. So yeah, that's pretty good. But anyway, that shutdown kill on the YSS is something they really needed. That doesn't change much. They're still losing for the Bloodouts, but I would say that's a step up from what they were having before. The conceal play coming in from the Badam, um, just trying to get vision on where people are, but we do have an early Queen Wings being picked up by the Alpha. Alpha is going to be very tanky now, at the least. Khalid again harassing the diversion play coming in on the top side. YSS is in a pickle here. His cut off dies to the Irithel. Irithel gets a double kill onto the Batang, and I think this Moscow might just be going down. Four people on the top lane.
Triple
Yeah, it's a
kill.
triple kill for the Irithel. Skyzen just, I mean, capitalizing off that ultimate. That ultimate by the Louis is so on time. The YSS as well was not ready for that. He thought it was just the Khalid harassing him in his jungle, but it turned out to be five more people. So, it's just disasters on all fronts. And I think they need a miracle to be able to do a comeback here. See the damage from the Irrital as well. The Irrital is just walking on their face, doing so much damage. A double kill again picked up by the Irrital, which will be translated to a triple kill if they play their cards right. No, they don't. But the position is here. The Moscow could be trying to get a play here. The diversion. Okay, that was very short ult. But I mean, what Peak should do is just now relax. I think their damage on the Irrital is too much. I mean, look at the gold gap as well. Irrital has 8,000 gold, which is like nearly double the amount of Moscow. So she will be melting, shredding the HP of the Bloodouts without any effort from her part. We have Hylos kind of zoning out, trying to zone out the Irrital. At least the Irrital, oh my, will be going down to the Badang with the RWM being popped up yet again. Spirit of Alpha onto the Eve, takes her out. But the Moskov actually saves the Alpha with the Spirit of Misery.
Double kill.
He would have gone down to the turret if not for the push done by the Moskov. That was a very unfortunate misplay by him, and the Lord is there. Unless Moskov steals it with his ultimate, this will be a free Lord given to Peak. I mean, I'm hoping for the steal though. Imagine if he does steal this. Oh, that was. I mean, I'll be honest, that wasn't even close to the Lord. Yeah, we have Khalid being punished for his aggressiveness. Now you look at the damage. Another Garden being used on the mid lane doesn't really catch it. Badan catching the Gatokacha, going down to the Moskov. On the other hand, Iritel takes out the Hylos as well. Now we have the Moskovs getting farmed a little bit. Now he's teetering on 7K right now. He does have his second item, and all he needs is a Demon on the Sword to be ramping up the damage. There is severe needs for his team to have any chance of winning, really. The mid turret will be in jeopardy here. I think it will be taking that much retaliation. The Lord is on the top lane, marching down with I don't know what that was. Why is this going down to the Irrital? Irrital might be going down to the RWM. The Hylos is the one who takes the Alpha is stuck in the top in the bottom turret, but he does not go down. He does have the Winter Tension.
Killing
Khalid
spree.
is actually in the enemy line. He is behind them. Hylos is doing slow but sure damage to try to kill him, but never mind. The damage is not enough. Actually, he's the one who goes down. He doesn't go down. He has sliver of HP, but yeah, they defended, so that's a win in my book. But I'm catching the alpha. But you have to understand the alpha is really tanky. He cannot be taken down by mere men, but Gato can be. And never mind, that's the alpha taken out. The Khalid is here with the Raging Sandstorm, but it's too late. He shouldn't be entering this fight when the jungler is dead. I don't know what Peak is doing. They should have retreated the moment they had the chance, but they decided to push their luck, thinking they had uh, enough snowballing to take them all out, but they did not. And so Alpha and Gatokacha and Khalid died for no reason. And that's actually very bad for the peak to plummet because um now you have the Brothers coming in, closing the gold gap. I mean, look at the gold of Moscow. It is nearly identical to Irithyll. Now Moscow will do some meaningful damage that he needed that much. And now Badang and his combo will be as deadly as ever. I mean, look at the damage being put up by the Moskov. He tried to do some. Oh, wait, actually, he does go down. He almost goes down to the Louis, and I believe this Irrital might be going down to the RWM as that is a trade, a tank for a diversion play coming in again, but it goes down to the YSS. He went in the diversion play with only a 1 HP. It was not good for him, and that was a wind of nature being poked up by the Moskov. Gatokacha taking down the Badang in somehow, and that's reset. A 2 for 2, I think, is not really favorable for Peak because they no longer have their marksman, they no longer have their mage, so they cannot do insane divergent play they were relying on. Um, Khalid still doing some damage onto the why I said the Spirit of Destruction missing by a huge margin, actually. The Divergent Blade coming in, bringing Irisal and Louis to the Lord fight. Now it's a 5 versus 5, actually 5 versus 4, because Batang is still not in the base. The Avatar Guardian trying to catch the Hylos, but never mind. That's just a pure zone effort, and the Lord has been taken by Peak to Plummet. Second Lord, actually. But this time I think the Bloodouts are ready for this load. I mean, they have the Badang, the potential CC they could do on the Irrital, along with the Yves as well, doing so much damage to the marksman. And let's not forget about Moskov. Moskov is just shredding the health Alpha has and Katokacha has, and even Khalid. So this will be kind of hard for them to try to end this game. At least I think they can get the inhibitors if they play their cards right. At least the inhibitors. I think they cannot end the game though. I mean, the Lord is already half by the damage to Moscow is providing position coming in, teleporting. Oh, he might be a bit too close for comfort. This outer garden being used does not really hit anyone. The Irithel, really, really aggressive play by her. Madame trying to catch them, but actually it's the Eve that goes down to the Louis in the back line. Louis doing so much damage with her displacement, and I think, yeah, that's three people gone down when the fight has barely even started. Moscow trying to do some meaningful damage, but he cannot go in the front line because of Khalid, because of Louis, and that marks the end
Victory!
for the first round. It is actually peak to plummet. They kind of threw mid game. I mean, they had the snowballing. They severely won the early game, but they kind of threw in the mid, and the goal kind of equalized. So it was looking good for the Blood Oats midway. They had the potential to turn this game around, but they did not. And as unfortunate as that is, it's going to be Peak who is going to win the first round. And we progressed to the second round without any hesitation. God damn, that was so quick. Okay, and now we have Peak with the first pick. So I believe a Louis ban is warranted. Like I hate to say it, but it's it's just too annoying to be dealing with. Hmm.
Your team is banning.
The first ban is going to be Hylos. So they're not entertaining the idea of even picking Hylos for themselves because they do have the
Your
first
team is
pick.
banning.
And the Bloodlust responds with a Suya ban as well. Suya ban, I see a lot of common these days. I mean, he deserves the brand spot, to be honest. The damage he puts out is insane. It's, along with the mobility, and not to forget his damage reduction as well.
Your team is
Okay?
banning.
They're not even interested in a Sicilian first pick. They just don't want any of these pesky heroes uh, in the opposition. So this is interesting. I don't see a Sicilian ban, especially when they have the first pick.
Your
So
team is banning.
let us see what they are cooking here. Hybrid ban is, I mean, expected and I think warranted. But now, these are the two last bans, at least for the first phase. I think they should really come down to the heroes that actually are being spammed in this meta. So I don't know what happened to Granger, but it seems to me that they both have forgotten about the hero. I mean, peak deployment could also be banning Badang as well. I mean, Badang was really, really annoying, even though he is not a threat.
Always on the way. Your team is
I
banning.
actually think he deserves the ban spot. Like, Badang is actually very, very concerning to be going up against. But it's going to be Matilda. Again, I'm surprised they're not picking Matilda for themselves or Hylos or, matter of fact, Sicilian. They're just
Who said there are no
getting rid of it.
shortcuts in life?
Your
I
team is
literally
picking.
And the
invented
final
one.
ban is going to be Chip, which allows, again, as I said, Louis is open, so they could go for the first pick. They could also go for Granger, which I don't. We saw from the last game. Oh, I
Your
completely
team is
forgot
picking.
about the Lucian. Okay, yeah, I completely forgot the Lucian. Well, now I think the Blood Oats. Yeah, there goes the Badang. There's the Badang, and I think they should pick heroes like that have high mobility. For instance, Hayabusa is very solid here, I'm not going to lie. But maybe a little bit later. Maybe now focus on heroes uh, like Irithel or let's say Layla, Granger. I mean, Layla's actually not bad against
Let's
Lucian.
go.
All right,
Your
that's the
team is
Irithel
picking.
by Kelf, and I think that's a very solid pick against Lucian as well because Zushin cannot catch Irisel for his he cannot catch her. So oh, Skyzen hovering on the Moskov, contemplating if it's the right choice. I think it's a bit controversial, especially against a banana. Um, but we'll see. All right,
Your team is picking.
there's a Gato Gacha. There is the Moskov. Big picked for the pick, and now we go to the breast. I mean, for now, this pick, I think they should really pick the Hayabusa. If they have a higher player, they should pick it now. Because if they don't, Peak will ban him without any shadow of a doubt. Because, I mean, he is really good against any assassin is good against Zushin. But I think Hayabusa is the best. I mean, there are other heroes, like you could say Nolan, but then again, Nolan suffers from
Your team
uh,
is
uh,
picking.
Katokacha. So, alright, it's going to be actually Phobius. Huh, Phobius. Uh, Phobius is good against Moscow,
Your
but
team is
I don't
banning.
think Phobius is good against Zushin, to be honest. I mean, he really struggles with being tossed around with the lantern flare. So, I mean, I don't know. I guess he's really confident in his ability
Your
to
team is banning.
stun to catch the Zushin. If he does catch Zushin, then he will have a good time, but we'll see. Yeah, actually, the bands. There we go. There's the Hayabusa band and the Alpha Nohaya in this game. Interestingly, is the Bird Bloodos who actually decide to ban Haya instead of the Peak, which I thought is very curious. And as I said again, they have not picked their junglers yet. It seems to me they're very um, stingy with jungle picks. It's always the last or the second last. So, I mean, if they just focus on jungle, it's not bad. I mean, Joy is still open if they care about Joy.
Your team is banning.
Okay, it's going to be Hilda, which, I mean, I guess Hilda with
Your
Gatokacha could
team is
be
picking.
threatening. Bane is interesting. I don't think anyone picks Bane against Zushin, right? And the Deadly Catch is good, but then again, you suffer with no mobility, which Zushin is good against. So I feel like they're not drafting in they're not drafting keeping Zushin in mind. They're drafting just solely on their team synergy, on how they perform, like Iruthel,
Your
Badang,
team is picking.
and Farsa actually. Okay, Farsa is very solid in this draft. I give that credit. That is very good. Outranges. And there goes the Joy hovering I talked about. Um, Although I think Joy might be bad here. At least Joy will struggle a lot against Badang, against Phobias. So they could pick Joy, but Joy will be suboptimal. At least in my opinion, from what I've seen. Oh, we have a glue enthusiast on the peak side. I mean, hell, I love glue gameplay, so alright, that will be the end
Your team is
for the
picking.
draft, at least for the peak, and that's glue and Julian, which I really like. The glue pick, I adore, I admire. I mean, against Phobias as well, it's so good. He can just get inside him and just deliver him to his teammates, especially with the Zushin. It's going to be a nightmare. It's going to be a nightmare for the Phobias if he gets caught by the glue, because he'll be tossed around by Zushin, he'll be taunted by Gatot, he'll be pushed by Moscow, and it's all around very hard for him to maneuver. The Lucas pick, I think, is a step forward from the rest of the draft. Uh, but yeah, yeah, we'll see. I can sit here and surmise all day. I could sit here and make assumptions on how they will face each other, but the only thing from uh, the only thing that is actually true is how they will play it. So let us see what they do. When the Warcry is interesting. This Julian skin, I have said about it looks like he's on drugs, honestly. He's methed up. Anyway, that's
Welcome to Moba
the second
Legends.
round. Starting of the second round
5 seconds
against Peak
till
to
the
Plummet
enemy reaches the
versus
battlefield.
um,
Smash them.
the Blood Oaths. And
All
so
troops
far,
deployed.
Peak to Plummet have won the first game. So that is quite interesting. Um, for the Blood Oaths to win, they need to win two games simultaneously, which is significantly harder compared to the Peaks. They only have to win one game, and it's GG for them. Now we have actually a opposite rotation coming in. Julian focusing on the EXP and Lucas on the goal lane. Something I don't see really nowadays.
First blood.
Oh, what? Wait. You know, I'm not surprised. You're against Lucian. I'm not even surprised. Okay, I suppose. I think Badang disconnected. I thought there was a kill deserved, honestly. I mean, you're just facing an Azusian. What can you expect? Okay. The proposal was interesting. The red buff is secured by the Lucas. The combos. Gato Gacha trying to steal the. Oh, actually, it's going to be Badang who stole the creep. Doesn't matter because he still got the experience. He's still the level. He is level 4. So he could become a beast if he wanted to. I think he is going to unleash the beast, and Zushin might be going down. The shockwave blast is not really enough. He is chasing down the Zushin. He does take it out. The Skyzen is very low. He is in trouble. Oh, he flickers out to escape the a combo from the Lucas, but Irital is here. He's chasing down the Gatokasha. A 2 for 1. I mean, a 2 for 0 actually in this fight. Very, very good for the Bloodos. I mean, that's the problem with facing against Lucas, right? The moment Lucas has level 4, you just run away. Like, there's nothing you can do at that point. He's just busted as a hero. And now the startle is going to be started. The Zushin is giving vision for his team, trying to harass their jungler. And so far, I think they might be successful in taking the startle. I mean, Lucas does not have his level 4 yet. And yeah, the Retri, Twin Secure, the turtle, um, Aizen Aizen, there's two Aizen actually. Okay, the glue has become separate other entities inside the Phobias. Again, as I said, delivering him to his team, but the Tatokacha is very low. Does take the kill on the Phobias. Glue has his ultimate in a short while. He actually unlocks the ultimate like in 2 seconds. He died before he could do that, and that's a 1 for 2. Actually, that's kind of bad for the peak, especially again. I mean, I don't know why they picked that fight anyway because the jungle was not ready uh, Gadokacha just got absolutely picked up, and now I think this Julian might be. He is giving vision for his team, kind of trying to get any farm he can. But then catching the Julian, oh, that was a very long CC. But actually, they are the ones in trouble. Badan goes down to the Julian. The Lucas does not have his ultimate yet. He's getting tossed around with the Lantern Blade Avatar Garden. Again, catching the Lucas. Lucas is very low. The flash combo is almost enough to take the Gato Gacha, but the Gato Gacha is very tanky. And actually, he
Double
survives
kill.
both survives the onslaught being done by Farsa and Lucas both, and he gets a double kill. Okay, so Gato Gacha, very, very tanky. Now, we already knew that, but I did not expect him to be that much of a tanky hero. Jordan is level 8, Lucas is still level 6. He stole the blue buff again. Now the general gap is a little bit the experience. I mean, Lucas is 2 levels behind, which is very bad for this turtle if they are going to contest it. I don't think they can, to be honest with you. And then we have Zushin just trying to catch his Phobius, doing some poke damage. I mean, that is really annoying. The Lucas has the beast form unlocked to him, but the glue actually flickers and tries to catch his Lucas. Uh, okay, again, that's the pause.
Pause. Like
Interesting.
pause. Pause.
Pause.
The pause coming from the peak to plummet side.
Okay. Anyways, I was saying this fight is going to be hard again for the Bloodoats. I mean, level gap wise, we have Lucas being chased on actively by Glue, so that's very bad for him. We have Julian trying to get this turtle. I think so. Yeah, I think this turtle is free for the peak side. Uh, I mean, late game wise, they might have a chance, but judging from how the early game is going, it's hard. And Moskov has already came in this fight with his ultimate, so that's a 5 versus 4 actually, even though Peak is severely outfarmed. So yeah, it is safe to say that this objective is theirs. Da, 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 da. Post done by the Peak Diplomat. Da, 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 da. 6-5. This post is quite long, huh? Okay, I will be right back. I'm going to attend nature's call. And we are back. All right. Um, I assume that's the role taken by the peak opponent. So yeah, I see Lucas dying only once, so I safe to assume that he did not die in that fight. The farm wise as well, peak opponent is in severe advantage. Um, yeah, Skyzine is quite low here, but he is baiting for his team, and actually the bait almost worked for him. The Gatokacha is missing by a slight margin. The Farsa on his strike, the Federation strike, not really doing much. The Julian really trying to kill this Iritel, but it's actually be Zushin who gets the kill, and but he will be taken out for a return kill, as I would say. The Lucas is there. The beast has been unleashed. He's doing some damage. The Shockwave Blast being blocked by the glue. The glue has yeah, he does go inside Lucas, and Lucas retrieves trying to get inside the turret. Oh, he's very low. He manages to survive, and the Fetter airstrike almost. No, it's not enough. Okay, now Skyzen and Aizen again on the mid side. Their names are such good to say. Okay, yeah, that's the problem. Again, as I said, with the phobias is so susceptible to the Zushin, the other guard that we use on the Badang. Badang gets caught, and the only one surviving this conflict is going to be Farsa. But yeah, that's what I said was the problem with picking phobias against the Zushin, because as he's so vulnerable to being tossed around, he doesn't have the mobility as other heroes would have. So that's why I was so questionable about the phobias. Because even though it is good against the Moscow, generally speaking, it's not worth it. Yeah, again, he's just getting tossed around like it's nothing. Like he's a piece of paper, honestly. Hmm. Okay, there's a concealed play coming in from the Bloodhounds. They're trying to give vision, trying to catch the Zushin, but again, as I said, the Zushin is nearly uncatchable. It's like a mosquito, honestly. You use as many repellents as you can. Oh, but actually, never mind. The top side, Irithel getting taken out by the glue. Lucas trying to get something here, but oh, the damage from the Julian is so much. I did not expect that. Avatar Garden is a mistake done by Katokacha. He will be going down to the Lucas, but in exchange of that, the Lucas surviving. I know he'll die. Okay, Julian on the backline trying to get the Parsa kill. Oh, the damage he is doing onto the Lucas is so much that isn't even enough. In the turret, he gets the double kill on the Lucas and the Parsa. Oh, this Julian is snowballing. It is very bad for the Brotherhoods now because to face against a Julian who is like overfarmed is a nightmare. There's not much you can do against overfarmed Julian. I mean, if you look at the build as well, he's going for the really snowball build with the wind token, with the concentrated energy. Um, Other guard being used again to the midline, zoning out. But the Batang is doing the same thing, and Gatotkacha will be going down to the phobias. The beast has been unleashed by Lucas, the Shockwave Blast, not doing so much damage as I hope it would. And Julian just melting down Badang. And the next two falling line will be Lucas and Phobias. It's a complete disaster on all fronts for the Bloodouts. I mean, the damage they are doing is nowhere near enough to match the damage Julian is doing. The Irital is on the backline trying to get the kill on the Zushin, but they actually gets caught. But it doesn't matter. He gets the kill onto two people, onto three people actually. Irital getting a double kill. That was very big for them. And the reason why they were able to do it was because the jungle of Peak wasn't there. And the mistake they made again was to pick a fight without their jungler. I mean, they did get the mid turret, but is it really worth it? Is it worth it to give up the snowballing, the gap you have for just one turret? I don't think that's worth it. I think they should be treated. I mean, by any means, this does not mean they are doing a comeback. Like, of course, they're still winning. Peak Tournament is still dominating. But because of that small exchange, the shutdown kill, Iridal has gotten closer to the farm. Uh, now she can do actually meaningful damage, and the special grenade is going to be used along with the outer guard, the Moscow in the back line. See the damage from the Iridal is enough to take him out. A killing spree for the Iridal. Lucas will be going down though to the Gatokacha. The Lord is marching down on the middle lane. He's almost half the minute is no longer available for the peak team to kind of assault this tower. A legendary picked up by the Julian, and Irisal will be going down next. Now their only reliable damage source is there, and so will their crystal. So will their crystal base be destroyed. I mean, I was saying like the Irisal was doing damage. He killed the Moskov with in a matter of seconds, but they still were far, far behind to defend this kind of situation, and that's that marks a victory for Peak Blue. That's a 2-0. And so they will be winning this finals of upper bracket, and the Bulldogs will be getting demoted to the lower bracket. I think that's how it works. Okay, so they will be facing against Ma. This is the best of three or one, the second game. Oh my God. Okay.
Okay, Francis, you do the tossing. Okay,
Okay. Who is heads, who is tails? Who is heads? They are both saying heads. Yeah.
okay. Vec, is it tails? Just pin in the
Okay.
live stream.
Oh my God, it's a tails. Yeah, tails.
Tails.
Yep.
Okay, just type it. Okay, so Maf will be going for the first pick, and Blood Oath will be taking the server. So yeah, they will be on the red side.
Okay. Is this the best of three?
Hmm, it's the best of three. Lower bracket. Right. Team Maf versus Team Blood Oath. Tomorrow there will be grand finals.
Mystery girl.
Very mystery. Okay, everyone ready?
Yep, I think everyone except two members are ready. Ma for Bloods. We'll see who wins.
Who left?
Wait, my friend. Wait 1 second. Let me ask. Okay. All right, we can start now. We got time, just take it easy. Let's go. It's for third place, right? Ouch. Ouch, ouch, ouch. All right. Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, to the lower bracket finals for um, the NxM Glory Season 1. And on the left side, we have MAF, which I still don't know the full abbreviation of. On the right side, we have the Blood Oaths, which mm, we saw them play last game. Unfortunately, they fell short against Peak, although they did perform um, sufficiently enough to be good players, to be considered good players. So this game will be interesting. I have seen MAF players
Sir,
play.
what's your
They
command?
do
Your
pack a
team is
punch.
banning.
So this, yeah, may the best team win.
The Immortal One chose me
Your
to
team
vanquish
is
the
banning.
shadows that
And the
plague my
bans are
people.
as conventional as they could be. I mean, Fanny, Suyo, and I'm hoping they are going to give Granger some respect. Not like before, I think, at least for the side of Muff, I think they play a lot of Granger. I've seen that. So perhaps in this game at least they're going to pay more attention to banning or picking a Granger. But all that is we're going to see if they do so. Or they could just ban Matilda, Hylos, Hilda, Sicilian, Lucian.
Butterfly is born
Your
by thy
Hmm.
team is
wish,
banning.
guided by lantern flight.
Well, that's interesting because Muff has first pick and they still decided to ban Lucian. Huh.
Always on the way.
Your team is banning.
In response to that, they actually banned the Matilda, which uh, I think is seeing a little decline in the ranked games. But tournament-wise, Matilda is very solid, especially if you match it with other heroes that are uh, heroes that do a lot of damage but cannot escape, like Alpha, like Phobias, like any a tanky hero that does damage at the same time because they lack mobility and that mobility can be provided by Matilda. So yeah, I think they just don't want to deal with that.
I am
Decided to ban the
Your
vengeance
Moscow?
team is banning.
incarnate.
The Moscow, wow, that is interesting. I have nothing to add here. It's very much a target ban for Aizen, but I just don't know if that was warranted enough. Like, I still think there are way better heroes that you could have banned instead of the
Only
Moscow.
love at night.
Your
And
team
now
is
we see
banning.
a Hylos open along with the Granger. So I believe this will be a trade for the Granger or Moscow. Like, I think it might just be one or the other.
Experience the
Your
euphony of
team is
Alright,
picking.
suffering.
yep. There goes the Granger pick for the side of Math. And I think the Bloodoats will be picking up a Hylos. If I'm not mistaken. Hylos, Gatulkacha. Um, yeah, either of those two, or maybe both of them. Lucas is, I guess you
Let's
can pick
fight
him.
to our heart's content.
Not really excited about that pick. It's a good one, but to pick Lucas instead of Gatot or Hylos is questionable, to say the least.
Magic is my life.
Your
Huh.
team is
Okay.
picking.
So Lucas and Harriet's going to pick up. Interesting. If this is a Granger jungle, I understand. But if the Granger is going gold, this Harith pick might have been too hasty. Like, I think he should have waited a little bit because the marksman on the side of Math was already picked, the Granger. So, I don't know. They could have picked the Hylos instead of the Hurrith and just pick Hurrith later on because they already have Granger as their marksman. So
Sand rises when I give
yeah,
the
Your
that
word.
team is
Hurrith
picking.
pick, well, might have been too soon. And yeah, there was the Hylos finally. I thought it was being neglected like the previous games, but how Granger was being neglected. But it is a blessing to see Hylos not being forgotten, being picked off by Dev Sara for the
This
side of.
time,
Your
the
team is
choice is
banning.
mine.
Wow, that is bold. Hmm, Xavier. Xavier being picked up this early for the side of
Still
the
waters run
Widows.
deep.
Your team is banning.
And the band, the heroes that are pesky backline killers like Ling, to allow Xavier to breathe, um, to be able to allow him to remain in a safe position, doing all kinds of damage. If they are going for a Granger jungle, uh,
Your team
you
is
know,
banning.
I've seen a lot of debate about whether Granger should be jungling or
Time
going
to
gold
track
lane.
the beat of the
Your team
flash.
is
I
banning.
still think you can make Granger jungle work, but it is very, very less optimal than just a gold lane Granger because you get more stacks and more farm if you are in the gold lane instead of the jungle. And not to mention the early game clear speed of Granger is very obnoxiously slow. So maybe but that's just the early game. If the Granger somehow managed to all hold on his own and transitions to mid game with sufficient
Your team
farm,
is picking.
I think Ranger Gold jungle is still decent. But yeah, it's certainly less optimal. What
Your
is not
team is
optimal
picking.
is the alpha. Very solid. Nothing to say there. It's just a good pick, especially against the Xborg. If they are going to pick an Xborg, I really think alpha is very solid here. Yeah, I believe this Granger is going gold lane. Yeah, yeah, that's good. And for the bans, I did mention them, but it's very usual just banning out
I would sail across the cosmic
the
Life
sea
will
to
Tokate
the
find a
end of
way,
and the
time.
Badang.
even
Your
when
We
team
saw
odds
from
is
are
previous
picking.
game
against
the
you.
Badang roam is very annoying. So this is a disadvantage. And there we go. There goes the Nolan to catch the Xavier, I guess. But Nolan suffers from if he gets caught by Xavier, he is 100% going to die with a follow-up of Spear of Alpha. So this will be a very technical gameplay. Yeah. And for the last pick, we have the last member hovering on Carmilla. Uh, Carmilla, I think, is very hit or miss. You certainly can make it work,
True love
but
is like
the
blood.
times it doesn't work, you just lose very hard. And so they are going to gamble this. I think in this composition, the Curse of Blood won't be as valuable because Hylos is Hylos, but Vexana is probably going to be on the back line. Nolan has so many dashes. Khalid also has many dashes, along with the Purify on his ultimate. The Granger also has dashes, so it's like hard for Carmilla to land a good ult. But aside from her ultimate, the stun she provides, the zoning she provides will be decent enough to it's still not the best pick here, but you can make it work. I mean, with the revitalize Carmilla, I yeah, that certainly creates a little bit of a support role for her to be able to to help Lucas sustain going in and the alpha as well.
Welcome
So
to
we will
Moba
see.
Legends.
This is the lower bracket finals.
5
We
seconds
begin the
till the
first
enemy reaches the
game.
battlefield.
Um,
Smash them.
Math versus
All
the Blood
troops
Oaths.
deployed.
Math is on the right side. They are both mirroring the jungle pattern, focusing on the gold lane, blue and red buff respectively. Yeah, nothing much to say here. It's just a jungle obsession. It's going to be for the first minute of the game. Everything is quite slow. The Hylos helping Vexana secure the minions, and Carmela doing the same thing. Sorry, Carmela doing the same thing. And yeah, for now at least, it's going to be very casual, very expected, as you've seen from any other games. The gold crab is going to. I see the Harith. Okay, there was no point in saving that minion. The Little is going to be picked up by the Alpha. Alpha almost level 4. He is chasing down the Hylos. He could have went for this minion right here, but he decided to not. He Carmela might be going down to the Vexana. The Vexana does catches with the deadly grabs, taking down the Carmilla, the Alpha just going down very blindly behind the Hylos. But that was very, very misguided on his part, and he goes down to the Nolan, sorry, to the Granger. And yeah, that's not a good sign for, not a good start for the Blood Oaths. I mean, the composition is quite good against, I mean, in the early game. Alpha, the Lucas. So early game, they're very strong. Oh, see that's what I said. If Nolan gets caught by the Xavier, he's just dead. And this was exactly what happened. Xavier catches the Nolan, secures a kill, and I think this Lord is also free for them because Nolan will not be contesting this because he is dead. The Eternal Guard is going to be used to try and secure the turtle, but it's not going to be successful. The Dawning Light doing some damage on the Vexana, but the Vexana has a Cyclone. The Shockwave Blast almost take him out, but surviving with just a sliver of HP. But the blue buff is there, but the Raging Sandstorm being used on the blue buff. The Curse of Blood missing everybody. Not even a single person got hit. Flicker is used by Khalid, and I think that's I think there's Alpha, bad for Alpha, is wasting his time. He could have spent that time taking his own buff. Oh wait, he got the blue buff actually. Oh, I did not see that. I don't know how he got it, but yeah, the glorious pathway being used on the mid side. Granger doing some damage, but the damage is not really enough. It's not so late game yet. Alpha securing his blue buff so far, so good. And we have Alpha now might be going down to this Nolan here. Nolan uses his ultimate, but the damage is not nearly enough. Hylos does not have ultimate, but that's not even needed. Carmela is here, doesn't have the ultimate ready, and that's a kill given. Oh, this Nolan might be taking out the Xavier. The Xavier is going to go down Eternal Guard. Oh, the Flicker. Oh, he does catches him with his skills. A very, very close call. A Flicker is used, though. That was very close for comfort. Too close. But yeah, that's the good thing about going against a Nolan with a Xavier. Like, if you were against a Hayabusa, Hayabusa can still kill you if you stun him. But Nolan, you have a leeway, sort of, to escape if you're fast enough with your reflexes. The Dawning Light being used on the Khalid, the Curse of Blood on the three members actually. Tier Alpha missing everybody. I don't know how that even happened. The Glorious Pathway being used, and Xavier will be going down to the Khalid, and Granger is here. That marks the death for Carmilla as well. That's not good. The Aza is here. Lucas turning into a beast, but I don't think he's going to do much work here. He's very low. Yeah, the Venge is being popped out, and Harit is here. Okay, the big boy is here, doing some damage to the
Killing
Hylos
spree.
as well. But Granger is going to pick up
Double kill.
the Lucas. And yeah, this is a 2-for-2 trade. I think equal. The Dawning
Shut
Light,
down.
along with the Flicker,
Triple
the
kill.
Harit, that makes it a triple kill. Okay. All right, that was looking bad for them. I mean, oh, Nolan might be taking a kill on the Xavier. The Xavier is not careful enough. The Raging Phantom with the flicker misses entirely. The Carmilla is a little bit low, but the Dawning Light with the stun is enough to save Carmilla. And anyway, I was saying they did get the turtle, but the farm that the Harita has now is actually problematic for Marth to be dealing with. I mean, you have the Sky Piercer on the Granger, but then again, you need to get some kills. You need to get some momentum to really start snowballing. Hylos is taking a lot of damage from the Hurricane. Actually, he's going to get the Zaman Force being used, but gets taken out by the Granger. Spirit of Alpha will not be enough to take Granger out just yet. Well, that's a reset if I ever saw one. The goal gap is increasing in the favor of Mav. The curse of the onto two members, but the Purify with the surging sense of the ultimate of the lead purifies the curse of blood very effectively. But the ultimate from the Hylos is here. The Spirit of Alpha being used on the Granger. Granger surviving with a sliver of HP. The Spellbam is really broken on Granger, I see.
Double kill.
But Hylos will be going down. Not in the backline, taking out the Lucas, and I believe that's a 1 for 2. Huh. The Zaman Force being used by the Harris, uh, trying to do some damage. Okay, they might be successful in taking this turret out if they focus. Yeah, okay, they are going to try to take this turret, which I think they will be successful. The Fracture being used by Nolan. Nolan getting caught by the Xavier doesn't really mean anything. I mean, at least late game, I think the Xavier will be a menace. I mean, you see the consistency in immobilizing the opposition with the Xavier. So early in the late game, the Xavier will be a very annoying force to be dealing with. The turtle is very low, gets taken by the Nolan with the help of the Eternal Guard, killing the Alpha, and Lucas might be taking the kill on the Khalid. Yeah, he will be doing so. And that's, I believe that's a reset. The Curse of Blood onto
Mega
just
kill.
Nolan. Nolan taking out the Carmilla. And that's a 2 for 2. Huh. Oh, on the bottom side, oh, Granger missed the ultimate. I don't know how. That was very
Unstoppable.
unfortunate. Meanwhile, top lane, Nolan taking the kill on Lucas. But that was really unfortunate what happened. Ugh. He could have gotten a shutdown kill from the Hurricane. See the Dawning Light being used. Um, Xavier now still hasn't built the glowing one. He doesn't have the sufficient funds. But late game, again, as I'm mentioning, oh, we have 5 members on the top side looking for a fight, looking for a skirmish to be happening. They're waiting like a hyena in the bush, waiting to pounce at any given opportunity they might have. Uh, but they're not rushing it, right? They're playing it safe. Hmm. Okay, they decide that it's not worth it, and they start moving around the bottom side of the map. Khalid is giving vision for his team. Uh, oh, what an unfortunate set of circumstance. Harith was definitely there if Khalid checked the right bush. Very sad. Yeah, it's a lot of waiting game happening. Nothing too interesting happening. Oh, the Alpha might be going down. Already stands from being used again. The Carmel on the backline trying to give some support, but that was very weird on her pattern of rotation. Uh, Face taking a bush with no help from his team is really, really bad. And that is a mistake. Very vital, actually, because this Lord is going to be free unless Xavier steals it. He does not. It was a very close call, though. Granger is the one who takes the turtle, the Lord, actually. So, yeah. And now the Blood Oats are in a very, very bad situation here. I mean, their only hope to kind of come back is going to be Hurts and the Xavier, but they have good backline killers. Oh, the Spirit Alpha being used on the Hylos. The Hylos might be going down here. Does not Eternal Guard onto 4 members. Deadly gaps. The flicker onto the yeah, that was what I expected from the lead, but they didn't really hit him. But it's not needed because Nolan takes on the kill
Killing
on the
spree.
Hurries, a monster kill for him. On top side, Lucas going down to just the Granger, and the Lord will be defending, I think. Oh, this Xavier might be going. Oh, it does use Flicker to escape the Spirit of Alpha. Really, really late. Uh, I I really think this Alpha should be catching Nolan. If he did catch Nolan here, that would have been a shutdown and would have been very good for the Blood Oats because he is on his monster kill right now. Getting a shutdown kill will be very, very important for the team. I mean, the gold as well. The Granger is officially in 10K, uh, two more thousand gold than the highest gold, second highest gold in his team. That means he is very, very overfarmed. He's going to do very much damage, as I say. The range ends up being used by the Khalid. I don't know why. The cursor on the four members actually with the Spirit of Alpha doing so much damage, but I take it back. The damage was not nearly enough. Dawning Light being used. Granger is nearly unkillable at this point with the War Axe. A double kill for him, but a triple kill for the Alpha. And this Alpha might be taking down this. Never mind, it's a Uno reverse card. Nolan is the one who actually takes out the Alpha, and the only surviving members from that scuffle was Xavier, Granger, and Nolan. And, that was a very beautiful ultimate by Carmilla, but the damage was not there for the Alpha. Nolan is interesting. Oh, that hurts. Harit has the Holy Crystal now, so now I think he can melt down the Granger. I don't know.
Monster kill.
So that was a mistake. Okay, that is also a mistake. I don't know why the Romans are being so confident in in their ability to tank. I mean, at least for these Hylos, the teammates for the oh my god, double kill, triple kill
Double
for the
kill.
Granger.
Triple kill.
It might be a maniac coming anytime soon with the flicker. It is a maniac. It's such an early wipeout. Carmilla dying here because she checked bushed without any reason, and then the rest of the team following suit. Very bad ending. It's a curse of blood, but the curse of blood is in desperation because it doesn't matter. The game is won by Mouth, at least the first round.
Victory.
Wow. Yeah. Wow. That is crazy. Man, what? Okay. All right. When we go to the second game without any hesitation, without any um, delay, and it's the Bloodhound's turn to first pick. That game was wow. I have many things to say about what happened in that last fight, but the core of it is that
Experience the
Your
euphony of
team is
um,
suffering.
banning.
especially when you are that far behind, you don't go far away from your teammate. It doesn't matter if you're a tank or if you are tanky by definition, because five members will take you out, no matter the farm difference. So that really, really was a bad misplay from the Belos. And they make a statement with banning Granger right off the bat, just completely taking him out of the equation.
Butterflies born
Your
by thy
team is
wish,
So in
banning.
response, we have
guided
Zushin.
by lantern flight.
But I don't think Zushin was going to pick either way.
Always
Matilda also a very basic assortments of ban from the battles coming in so far. Let's see what Maf has to say in response to that. Maybe they are going to ban Hylos because again, the Bloodlords have the first pick, so they could ban the Hylos or the Padang
We
as well.
love a nice
Never
Your
mind, they're
team
going
bluff
to
of
is
the
focus on the
banished.
blaster.
mage aspect of the hero pool, deciding to ban Sicilian. Now the Bloodlords have a choice. They could pick Hylos for themselves. They could trade it with other heroes that are currently good, or they could just ban Hylos. They could ban Harith. They could also, um, who else is there? I can't really think of much. Or they could focus on the jungle, like Fanny. But then again, they have the Badang in their arsenal to counter the Fanny. So it's okay. It's going to be
Your team
Hylos
is
that
banning.
will be banned on the side of the battle. Even though they have the first pick, they still decide to ban Hylos, which I think is very interesting on their part. And this last ban by Maf, again, as I said, they could just ban Badang because I think Badang is very strong, especially in terms of the Blood Oaths. I've seen them play Badang.
Your
Huh.
team is picking.
So it is a target ban, but it's not Badang. It is actually going to be YSS that gets out taken out of the equation, but
Your
that
team is
leaves
picking.
Suyo up for grabs, and without any doubt, it's going to be him. Let's see what Maf has to say in response to that Suyo pick. That's a slippery slope. They need to be careful here now. Uh, I believe Joy is good against Suyu.
Hope will find a way, even when all is forlorn.
Um, sure, Vexana decent. It's pretty good. But is it worth the first pick? I don't think so. But if it isn't broken, then you don't need to fix it. I think it's a very safe pick, but I think they could have done better. Oh,
Your
they
team
were
is
hovering
picking.
on Hilda for a split second there, but decided against it and picked Kufra instead. And in response to that, we have Moscow, which previously, I will remind you, previously Moscow did get banned in the first round. So, seeing that the Moscow did not get banned this round, they decided to capitalize off that and pick it up instead of the Iridescent, instead of the Haris, instead of the Bruno even. So, let's see what they are cooking with this Moscow pick. Ah, there goes the Badang. Hey,
Your team is
I,
picking.
I was just hoping to see a
Sir,
Badang.
what's your command?
Your team is banning.
A Fanny. I have, I mean, I could say a lot, but I don't think I need to say anything. I mean, picking Fanny against Badang is just disrespectful. I'm sorry, but it's just, it's just madness. Okay, so it will come down to the wire. If this Badang catches the Fanny effectively, then Fanny is essentially dead. She's just dead. She can't do anything. But if she somehow manages to maneuver around the Moscow second skill, the fist break of the Badang, then I applaud her. She's the best player I've ever seen. Because it's picking Fanny against uh,
Your team
a
is
Moscow
banning.
and a Badang is very hard. But I guess, we'll see what they do. I, for one, am very excited on how this game will play out. Wow. The last time I saw Fanny against a Badang, it went very bad for the Fanny, but maybe I'll be proven wrong. I'm open to new experiences. So let's see
Ready?
what happens
Your
this
team is
instance.
banning.
Okay, Layla ban, Akai ban, I think is, I guess,
Your
fine.
team
The
is
Franco
picking.
ban, just focusing on the heroes that are hard countering Fanny, but you forget to see that Badang also does the same thing. So
Your team is
there's kind
picking.
of a inconsistency there. Doesn't matter. Irithel being picked, Irithel being banned as the last resort, and now I think for the MAV, EXP, goal lane, both are there. Goal lane wise, they could. I mean, I was gonna say they could pick Irithel, but they banned it, which I think is very smart. So I think Beatrix is there. Beatrix is decent against Quinn.
Fight! Fight for
Huh.
the
Your
ultimate
team is
answer.
picking.
Hilda. Okay. Hilda being picked up for the EXP lane, which I think is controversial to say the least. Um, we'll see. I think this Badang is going Rome. I don't think Badang is going EXP, to be honest. And now for the final two picks. Yeah, there we go. Badang is Rome, and the EXP might be Phobius. Phobius, um, yeah, it's okay. I have no complaints. Lucas might be kind of a mistake
I'm not
here.
the only
Yeah,
one
yeah.
bound by these
I
chains.
think you need phobias, right? Because you need some kind of survivability. And on the mate side, it's going to
Your
be
team is picking.
would have been very, very, very
Your
much
team
better
is
in this
picking.
scenario. Oh, I don't know what just happened. My internet disconnected. But yeah, as I was saying, I think Aurora would have been much, much better here in this scenario. But Lilia is fine. It's not bad. Okay. I my game is bugging out. It's tweaking right now. I don't know what's happening. Yeah, that's a Beatrix. I mean, you know, I previously suggested that Beatrix is decent here, good against the Moscow, good against the CU as well, and decide to pick on it. Yeah, I'm again, as I said, very curious on how this Fanny will confront the idea of Badang and Moscow being on the enemy team. Added benefit is if this the Phobius catches the Fanny, it will be much more additionally harder. Yeah, it'll be a sight to see. Yeah, my game is bugged out. I need to restart. All right, that's fun. Jojo, can you please give like a half hazard commentary while I'm restarting my game?
Okay.
Yeah,
Like if
thank
you
you.
restart the game also, I mean,
Yeah, I'll just restart the
they
game. You
won't be
keep
able
giving
to.
like a
Mm.
half hazard commentary.
Okay, so yeah, Team Blood Oath has um. I mean, yeah, the Team Mark goes for the invade, and here goes down the Badang. Badang falls down, and okay, they're not so right. Here goes Fanny trying to
Wait.
invade, and will
Hmm.
he be able to? But okay, Fanny retreats back. Here goes Suyu with his plate, but couldn't able to steal the Lethal Wonder, and the Lethal Wonder goes in the hands of Fanny. Well, in the bot lane, Mr. Goal is having a hard time against the obvious Red TZ looking for the play out here. Okay, they retreat back. I guess they will be regrouping towards the first turtle out here. Well, Soyu is not yet level 4. Okay,
Damn.
he finally gets to level 4, and yeah, He starts the turtle. Mystery girl. Okay. The team Marv is again drinking. Okay. Here comes Dev Sara, but misses. Victor is looking for the bear. Here comes the ultimate coming from Badang, and here the Uzu falls down. Here comes the Fanny. Fanny looking for the play. Here comes good cable play coming from Fanny, and will he? Yes. The Phobius also falls down, and the Spear of Destiny. Like, oh, that was a nice flicker ult coming from Kufra, though he died but takes down two people. Okay, both teams haven't started the first turtle. I guess Team Marv will be. Yeah, Fanny starts the turtle out here. Vector is giving the vision.
Yeah, okay. Thank you, Jojo. Uh, Sorry for
Okay,
any inconveniences. Yeah, I'm back. And oh, what a surprise. It is actually Marth who's winning this early game. I did not expect this to be going this way. Uh, okay. Anyway, so yep, that is that. And Fanny might be getting. Oh, the retribution being committed on to the Fanny. The Fanny is very low, goes down to the Moskov, and Immortal Form is enough. The damage reduction he has on the Suyo is enough to survive that barrage of missiles from the Beatrix. And yeah, that's a 1-0, a shutdown kill. So I'm like a bad luck for this Fanny. I was shit talking her, and the moment I start watching this game, Fanny actually gets a shutdown kill, gets a shutdown. So yeah, interesting. But as I said, the later the stage of the game goes, the more team will group up, and Fanny, I just don't see Fanny working against a group fight here. If I mean, the only thing I can see that we're working if this Kufra perfectly catches like three members and the Fanny comes in the last second, then only I can see Fanny being very good here. Other than that, it's kind of a hard game for her, as I previously emphasized. And yeah, the top turret, again, we have Fanny, the Kufra catching on to the Badang. The Badang might be focusing here, the flicker, but the ultimate, the shields it provides, no, it's not enough to save him. Suyo might be going down again to the Eternal Guard, and Fanny is coming and trying to eliminate Lilia as well, but it's 2-0. So yeah, so far so good. The Badang got caught by the Kufra, and the next to fall in line will be this Moscow. So the early game is being won definitely by Maf. Very good. I did not see it going this way, but I'm pleasantly surprised. Anyway, the turtle is up for grabs. Sue is waiting patiently, and I believe this turtle might be good for the red team. But again, the problem with objectives and Fanny is kind of hard for her to contest this turtle. And yeah, the Hilda is zoning out the Suyo, the Phobius internal pursuit, just trying to do some damage to this Hilda, but they're going to ignore each other. Both tanky heroes, EXP very tanky. The Spirit of Misery on the Moscow did not really catch the Fanny. Uh, it's a 5 versus 5 on this turtle here. Fanny is just cabling around, gets caught by the Badang. See the problem again with the Fanny pick. We saw in full display that uh, Phobius easily caught the Fanny, and then Badang follows suit. And it was just three people who, on the early game as well, that was a snowballing Fanny, took him out without any put any major effort. But well, that's not very bad for the red team because they do take the kill on the Badang, so it's not bad. But I certainly think the Lilia pick was a bit, you know, like, I don't understand the Lilia pick. I really don't. But the objective is going to be started. The turtle is brewing a soup. Um, a delicacy, if I might add. Um, the blue team is not really contesting. The CEO is already half HP. The split is it the Moscow? Oh, he does not decide to enter the fight. He comes in the last second, but it's too late. The turtle is being taken by the Fanny. Okay, slowly but surely they are gaining momentum back. Right. Anyway, the Eternal Guard being used on the mid lane to secure the minions, I guess. Interesting choice. Penny taking the blue buff, and Beatrice hiding here. Like, just, that's what a Beatrix player does. Fanny going in, trying to take this, the Tyrant's Rage being used on the Phobias, but I think Phobias and Badang are too tanky, and they actually are the one who takes the kill on the Fanny, and it's a complete turnaround. The Kufra is the one running away. Somehow, this Phobias and Badang took the kill on the Fanny. The bottom turret also in very jeopardy here, and yeah, they will be taking another kill to this Hilda. Oh my goodness, this duo is unstoppable. A flicker by the Phobias trying to get the kill on the Vexana. Vexana will be going down. A killing spree taken by the Phobias. Oh, he might be going to. Oh, okay, he was very low. Oh, on the flip side, but Moscow goes down to Fanny. Beatrix flicker, but yeah, that damage from Phobias insane. Wow. Is that a War Axe? Yeah, that is a War Axe on Phobias. Okay, yeah, I was wondering. That's a damage Phobias. Okay. The Lord is going to be spawning in 3 seconds. Ha ha ha. Badang taking some damage from the Hilda. I mean, all this Badang needs to do is wait for the Fanny. And essentially, it's just a 4 versus 4. Because I believe Fanny won't enter unless Badang has used his ultimate. And Badang won't use his ultimate unless Fanny is there. So this practically is a 4 versus 4. The split destruction hitting 4 members, revealing the Kufra. Kufra charging again, Tyrants, something. Okay. Phobius in the backline, catching the Beatrix. The fight is starting. Kufra does not have the Tyrant's Rage available to him just yet. Um, Tiny trying to look for this Lilia. Lilia is Oh, he does have the magic shoes, but is getting chased down by the hill that has to purify out. The blessing of wilderness not even being used. The barrage of missiles is zoning them out, and Moscow is still waiting patiently for a target to arrive. And I believe it's going to be Kufra, but the damage is not really there. Yeah, I don't know why they picked Lilia. I really am going. I guess for the ultimate, but then again, um, could have also picked I don't know Eve. Anyway, it's going to be oh, it's just going to be Superman. He is just flickering the Kufra with the baited out the Tyrant's Rage with the flicker dodge, but it's going to be go down. Nevertheless, the Moskov trying to get the kill on the Vexana, surviving 1 HP at the Badang. Really missing his ultimate, but the Lilia gets the kill on the Beatrix anyway. Flicker used for both teams, and that's a reset. And the Lord is going to be contested here. Very big opportunity for the Blood Oaths here. I think they will be taking this out, yes. And somehow they are doing a comeback. Now they are on the lead, 3K goal lead. And if you look at specifically the goal lead wise, Moscow and oh, oh my God, Phobias is actually it's way farm than I expected him to be. Phobias is actually only 300 gold lesser than Beatrix. So that is very interesting. Uh, oh yeah, the Kufra is dead. He is so dead. There goes the Kufra, and this is not good. Not looking good for Maf now. Somehow they have turned it around. What? Okay, my game just crashed. Jojo, you won't believe this. My game just crashed. So please. Fill in for me.
Again.
Yeah, I don't know what's happening,
Okay, never mind.
brother.
I'll just give some. Uh,
Yeah.
okay, the Lord marches from the bot lane, and the
What the hell happened?
second inhibitor Torre will be going down. Here goes Fanny looking for the play out here. Where the black shoes has been popped up. I guess Fanny is going towards the Lilia and the Moscow, but Moscow takes down the Fanny.
Nice.
And Mystery Girl looking for the run. Mystery Girl also falls down. Now there is 1 for 2 trade. Muff is in danger now. Here goes SOD coming out from Moscow. Looking for play, but Moscow uses the weight of nature and takes down the Beatrix.
Oh, damn.
Dear Sarah couldn't do anything, couldn't help the marksman. And there goes again. Suyu takes down the Vexana as well, and the Heavy turret has been taken out. Moscow looking what the play out here. Moscow and Badang trying to take this heavy mid Heavy and Fanny again falls down. Well, Badang and Moscow is playing well. Badang using the ultimate on the on the base, and yeah, Kane they are taking everyone one by one. Moscow looking for the base lock, but there is no minion. Moscow is too low. There are
Oh, shit.
only Beatrix and Vexana on the base trying to hold, but the base has been taken out,
Oh,
and
damn.
this
I was
match
just, yeah, I was just
will
loading
be
in.
this match will be taken in the hands of God in Blood Oath.
Okay, so
So
for
the
the,
score is again
yeah,
1-1.
yeah, I'm sorry this, I don't know why my game crashed, but to fill in what happened just now, Blood Oats was losing early game, but they came back and they have actually won the second round. So we will be having a third game to decide the actual winner. This is for all the marbles right here. 1-1, and this will um decide what happened. I think what happened was they took the Lord and Moscow uh got a good ultimate and Moscow got a triple kill, I think. That's what happened. Is that what happened, Jojo?
Yes,
Okay, yeah, that's what happened.
Badang was
Moscow,
using his taking skill and makes the wall, and yeah, Moscow
yeah,
takes
yeah.
everyone.
Okay. So the Moscow clutched out and the Blood Oath won the game. Blood Oath won, Math won. So they both are equal in score. 1-1, same. And now this next game will decide which team will actually win. So this is for all the marbles, for everything that is, yeah, everything
The
hinges on
winner
this last
of the
game.
will be playing grand finals tomorrow against the peak to plummet. Like in the upper brackets, also we saw Blood Oath versus Maf 1-1 score. You know that?
Hmm.
Do you remember that match?
Yeah, yeah, I saw. And then Blood Oath like reverse sweep.
Yes, reverse sweep.
Please, Kesang, please, sir. Ready.
Will the history be repeated again? Will the Blood Oath again does the reverse sweep, or the Maf will take the lead out here? I don't know why are they not getting ready yet.
My God. Okay, let's start.
Okay, let's
Yep,
let's begin the final match.
that's very refreshing to
Oh
see.
my
Like,
god.
I'll be honest, like, that game was already decided from the draft itself. I could not stress enough. about picking Fanny against the Badang in Moscow. Like it's just suicidal. It's like it doesn't matter how much of a good player you are. If you pick heroes against draft that hard counter you, you will have a harder time. It's not a matter of skill. It's just like how it is, you know. Um, so yeah, it's not skill. It's just like they lost in the draft itself. But that's not to undermine how the Blood Oats played. They played good,
Your
and
team
we can
is
see
scanning.
from how he played, they decided to just outright ban the Moskov. So we're having a
More
repeat
than one
from the
chosen
first
Your
game.
team is
The
vanquished
first
banning.
game,
that plagued the
Granger,
world.
Granger dominated the game, and then the Blood Oats they banned the Granger, and now
Your
they're
team
banning
is
all the
banning.
heroes
Oh,
that are a powerhouse for the Blood Oaths. They're banning the Moscow, they're banning the Badang, and now I think the Blood Oaths should ban the Fanny because now you have
Always on the way.
all
Your
the Fanny
team is
counters
banning.
being taken out. And if they follow tradition, the next hero they're going to ban is probably going to be Phobius. I don't know. We will see.
Fireflies
Oh, it's
glowing
Your
with
Zushin.
their
team is
wish,
banning.
guided by lantern's light.
just see the
Okay.
respect bang coming up from Marv.
Yeah, the Badang, the Moskov. Honestly, which I think, if no, if I were Mav, I would
Experience the
also ban
agony of
Your
Badang.
team is
suffering.
Like
picking.
Badang
Yeah,
is
yeah,
really
like,
strong.
yeah, boy, I mean, like, in two games they played two times, yeah, like, they didn't even change the lineup, bro.
Mm. I mean, I would be afraid of Badang if
Oh,
I were playing against him. Like
Your team
that's
is
a very
scanning.
menacing hero to be playing against. You just make one mistake and you're forever stunned in eternity.
Love and
But
might
yeah, they go for the
everlasting.
Hylos pick, but they give away the Sicilian. The Forbidden Mage always been banned in this tournament. We have played 4 games now, and in all those 4 games, we have not seen a single Sicilian pick because Sicilian was always banned, and for a good reason also. He's a very good hero at scaling, at surviving, at doing damage, and they just pick it out. So yeah, a very good late game hero being picked up by the Blood Oats. And their next hero is hovering on the Clint, which I think is not very optimal.
I am not
Yeah,
the only one
there we go.
Your
bound by
team
these
is
That's the
picking.
chains.
that's the second powerhouse of the Blood Oats. The Phobias last game did an incredible job. That gameplay on the bottom side, how he killed the Kufra, no, no, how he dealt damage to Kufra, flickered out, and then
This
went
is it.
again and killed him. That was
The
incredible
choice
to
is
watch.
mine.
So it's we're going to have an opportunity again to see the phobias in action. Uh, on the side of the map, they decide to pick the Xavier for themselves. The Xavier very good against phobias in some aspect. I suppose we'll see how it plays out for them.
Let's go.
Irisel,
Your team is picking.
Irisel, Xavier. So both teams have solid early game and late game heroes. Um, Now for the last pick, they could go for the Gatot Kacha. Gatot Kacha is still open. I mean, they could also go for the Courage because if they don't pick Courage now, it's a risk of getting banned in the banning phase. So now they have an option. They could go Gatot Kacha, they could go Hilda, but they could also just pick a good marksman. I think Nathan is quite not good here. I think you can pick Nathan later. I don't think Nathan is a very bannable target, but there's
It is
nothing wrong
in
with playing safe.
despair that I
Yeah.
see
Your
the
team is
fondest
banning.
hopes.
But then again, now that opens the banning phase, and now um, they could ban Fanny. I really think they should ban Fanny. Last game, the Fanny um, got
Hmm.
obliterated. Yeah, there we go.
Banned.
Your
That's the
team is
Fanny.
banning.
I'm like in their mainframe. I'm like we have the same wavelength.
Your
There we
team
go.
is banning.
There's the Fanny ban, and the next side, the opposite side, the Hayabusa ban. So now they're banning both the junglers, and if it were to follow suit, they could be banning a Nolan again to kind of allow the Sicilian and the
Time to
Matan.
drop the beat of the
Your team
clash.
is
Okay,
banning.
it's in the same respect. They ban Joy because she is a annoying backline killer. Good enough. Um, for the map side, I don't really know what they should ban. Like, the only heroes that deserve getting banned are like Jungle and Roam.
Your team is picking.
Honestly, I think the Alpha ban was a mistake. I really, really think that Alpha is a. I really think the Xavier is a good pick against Alpha because Xavier can just melt down Alpha at a safe range. Yeah, I
Team is
think they should
picking.
have banned Ling instead of the Alpha. Um, might be a problem for them. The Tempest of Blades can really be bad for the Xavier. Okay, the Julian is a step up. I like the Julian pick. Julian, I see is, we saw from from the first game actually, we saw, oh, okay,
Your
it's a
team is
big
picking.
black dragon. I don't know. All right, there goes the Yuzong pick. Very bold, interesting, controversial. There's no words enough for this pick. I mean, Yuzong is good against, killing uh the Sicilian. I guess we'll see what happens. This is interesting. Wow. Well, that settles both the picks for both the teams. Draft-wise, both have late game potential. The Xavier, the Sicilian, early game as well. The Yuzong is there. The Julian is there. The Phobias, the Tigreal. We will see how they play. Huh. Nice. Oh, Warcry on the Yuzong.
Welcome
It's
to
crazy.
Moba Legends.
Okay, so that's a Warcry on the
5 seconds
Yuzong.
till
Very
the enemy
damage
reaches the
oriented.
battlefield.
I
Smash
think
them.
a Quantum Charge would have been better,
All
but
troops
I,
deployed.
I guess he he's just going for that full glass cannon build on the Yuzong, which will be interesting to see. Um, both the teams. Just a reminder, this is a game against Blood Oath versus Mav. The Blood Oath is on the right side, so they are the red team, and Mav is on the left side, the blue team. The score is 1-1, and the final. This will be the final game that decides which team gets to go to the next bracket. I don't know. So, this Tiger is taking a lot of damage from the Xavier. Has to flicker out. Not a good sign for the Blood Oaths this early game. Flicker being used. Uh, yeah, I don't like that. Anyway, it doesn't really matter because the Julian is trying to steal the farm. Doesn't succeed in doing so. Ling is now level 4. He does have Tempest Blades at his disposal. He's going to go to the EXP lane to get some farm from this creep. Yuzong will try to take this. No. Okay, so far so good though. The pacing is very slow. They're not really fighting, forcing any fights. The red team is waiting for his lane to be farmed. He's going in the jungle, sneaking and getting all these creeps.
First blood.
Oh, I'm sorry. The title got taken down by Hylos and Julian, which I really think is a. I don't know what the title was doing there, but that's a very bad start for the side of the Blood Oaths. The lane just. Hmm, I mean, there's not much he can do right now, right? The Phobia is getting damage from the zone getting tossed. Hmm. That's the problem with playing against a Julian. You have to be early. You have to be careful in the early game so much because Julian just melts you, right? No matter how tanky you are. Yuzong will use the Black Dragon form to try and chase the Phobias, but the Phobias actually almost survives. But never mind. the lane with the Tempest Blades, trying to get some kills, but the Xavier is trying to run away. I think he might be Dawning Light being used, the implosion with the Tigreal, securing the kill on to the Xavier, and it's a 2 for 2. A 2 for 2, an equal trade from both sides. And Julian might be taking the slower turtle if this lane. Yeah, I mean the Phobius could have survived there. I honestly think that Yuzong made a mistake going in, and Phobius, if he timed his jump correctly, he would have survived. But uh, it happens. Huh. Interesting. Okay. Looks like there's going to be a skirmish happening on the bottom lane. The Sacred Hammer, the Bat Piece being used as well. The I don't know about that one. So I think I used the ultimate for no reason there. Okay, that's a reset for both the teams. But the Tigreal is like kind of. Oh, he might be going down to Julian here. Yeah, he is going. The implosion being used to Julian with the burst pathway still takes him out, but that was very, very delayed. I expected him to die sooner than that. The Irithel cutting lane for him, but Irithel might be alone in this. The entropy being used along with the Tempest of Blades might be enough. It is enough to take down the Irithel lane, taking all the blades, getting immobilized by the Xavier, and that's a reset. But the Irithel dying there is a very, very bad omen for the mouth there. The marksman dying so early without any reason. It's not very bad. Very, very bad. And now the fights have been reset. The turtle is 14 seconds away. Link doesn't have blue buff anymore. They could try to contest. Oh, but actually, never mind. The Purify on the Nathan trying to save himself. But the Dawning Light, along with the Glorious Pathway, will be enough. The EXP rotation on this Yuzong is crazy. The Phobias did not do so. And that marked the end for the Nathan. Even though he had the Purify to save himself from the Yuzong, the Hylos was there to end him. Julian getting focused down by the phobias is almost low HP. Phobias doing a fantastic job at zoning out. The turtle has been taken by the Ling, but the Xavier is the one who takes on the phobias skill. So it's a 1 for 0 right now. The Dawning Light revealing the enemy, getting caught by the Sanging Claws. That's not really near enough. Oh, Ling almost stealing the red buff, but it's not really successful in doing so. The flicker implosion catches the Irithel. Irithel again going down to the lane. The Tempest of Blades catching all the blades. Julian, uh, uh, okay, didn't. I thought he was going to go down. Never mind. He still survives the conflict. But you know who else doesn't survive? The Hylos. The lane might be going down. The Nathan barely saved the Julian. Actually, Dawning Light almost taking out the lane. The damage from the Xavier is not enough. The Bat Face being used on the Sicilian. Julian Julian and Link both relying 1 HP, which is poetic. Now, I think, as I say again, late game is very interesting. Both teams have strong late games. Maybe the Bloodlords more so because they have the Sicilian and they have the Nathan with them. And this, uh, if this Tigreal catches the Xavier, it will be easy win for them. All the Tigreal has to do is catch the Xavier because Xavier doesn't have Purify. Um, But at the same time, all this Yuzong has to do is catch the civilian because the civilian doesn't have Purify. So it's just going to be which team takes out the backline first. Mm. Well, okay. The fight is happening. The turtle is won. It's 7 minutes. A Dawning Light being used to reveal the location. The implosion by the Tigreal Very bad timing. I don't know what that was about, but that means there is no total for there is no implosion, no title ultimate for this fight. Entropy being used by Nathan. Ling securing the turtle against four people. Tempest Blade being used to escape. Nathan going down to the Hylos. Tigreal going down to the Julian. A 2-for-0 for just the turtle. And I think the next to follow suit. Oh, the flicker saved his life, but the Yuzong is not satisfied. He's going in the turret to try and take this turtle, but the Infernal Pursuit is
Mega
enough to
kill!
take down the Yuzong. Somehow this Phobius just gets a kill even against three or four people. It's something admirable about that. But the Ling retribution was very crazy though. I did not see it coming. A very good thing to be watching in the big screen. The bad piece being committed by the Sicilian along with the glorious pathway. Interesting glorious. Interesting ultimate by Hylos. The dawning light. Now he's starting to do some damage. And now the fights. What is he doing? Okay, nice out. Yeah, so far the fights have been reset. Oh, the lane trying to do some damage to the. That's a revitalize being used by the Hylos. Very, very premature by him. So there is no. That means there's no revitalize. Oh, the Tigreal catching the Xavier. The implosion. But the Julian is there to support his teammates. He is going to take out the Sicilian, but the Nathan is here with the Entropy, but Yuzong, Petrify. Wait! Yuzong somehow did not manage to kill Benetton, who was in 1 HP already. He survives with just 5, or I don't even know, the 20 HP to his name. That is crazy. Even with the Petrify, I don't know what happened there. It must have been some bug, but that was a very unfortunate mistake. The Xavier is getting chased down by the Phobias. A very good canceling of the minion. The turtle, the Lord then becomes the blade. Ling! The Ling still secures the Lord against four people, uses the ultimate, and escapes without, like, nothing happened. Oh my, oh wow. Even though the Hylos, I have no words. That is crazy. Ling, oh nice. That retribution, insane. Even though they had four members zoning them out, it's oh the damage from the Sicilian is so much now. He's melting down the Hylos. The Damage Blade being used takes out the Hylos, and Ling just escapes again like a real assassin. The Tigreal catching the Julian. Julian will be going down to the Tigreal, and somehow now it's Mouth on the back foot here. So, the Yuzong is getting pummeled down by Nathan. Entropy being used. He is trying to escape with his Black Dragon form, but the Ling is here. He might be going down if he doesn't use his combo correctly. He does have Petrify at his disposal. Oh, he does Petrify the Ling. Ling gets taken down the Dawning Light, helping, and Mystery Girl secures the kill on the Ling, even though he was outnumbered 1 versus 3. Oh, very good. I mean, wow, I did not see that coming. Somehow Ling dies there. Well, I mean, the goal gap is still on their favor, the Bloodlords, but they need to stop making mistakes like this. The Ling was too overzealous with killing the Yuzong. I think he should have let him go there. That was a shutdown kill taken by the Yuzong. The Bat Feast being popped, the Entropy as well. The fights have been reset. I mean, turret-wise, definitely the Bloodlords are winning at least by a slight margin, at least on the mid turret. So if they just play it safe, if they just allow this Tigreal to catch the Xavier, I think they might just win. Because the damage on the Sicilian is just, scaling. You saw the damage being done to the Hilo. The implosion onto two members, Entropy with Nathan doing so much damage to the U-Zone with the Glorious Pathway. The fight is still happening. The Phobius is behind enemy lines. Somehow the U-Zone survives with just 1 HP. Sicilian has to flicker out. He is very low on his health. And Tony Light again doing some damage to the Tegra has to flicker out top lane. Julian takes the top turret, and now he might be going down to the Nathan. Nathan has entropy with his help of his Tigreal, might be taking him down. Never mind, it is a complete turnaround. Angels like you secures 2 kills to his name, taking down Nathan and Tigreal along with one failed swoop. And somehow this fight has completely turned around. This match has completely swung like a pendulum, and now it's them, the brothers who's on the back foot. The Tempest Blade is there. The Ling is actually the one who takes double kill on the Xavier and the Yuzong. Wow, this game is just, I don't know what's happening. At one point, Julian takes a double kill, and at one point, the Ling does the same. But now, the Ling does not have retribution anymore, so it'll be very hard. The Phobius chasing down the Irithel has to pop out the wind of nature right there, but the Ling is here, takes on the kill on the Irithel, and is trying to escape here. Mm, Julian taking out the kill on the Phobius. Julian is doing so much damage actually. Wow, that's crazy. I have to say, Julian is like kind of hard carrying, not gonna lie. But the Lord has been taken down. Fortunately for them, it's not a loss. They can still defend this because they have the Nathan. As long as you have Nathan, you can defend any wave, really. Yeah, anything is going to be true for this case. Entropy being used, and yeah, the Lord's going to be taken without any problem. Tigreal trying to get someone. Hmm. They're going to defend the mid inhibitor. Oh, the lane, the lane. Yuzong using his ultimate. Again, going in the backline, catching the Nathan, but the Nathan has entropy with again the Tigreal catching the Hylos there. The fight is still happening with the Glorious Pathway, but it's actually 1-for-1. Hylos for Phobius. Phobius going in the backline, and so did the Hylos there. Yeah, Dawning Lights not hit anyone. Hmm. Whistling is playing decent, but the damage from the Julian is kind of too much for him to handle. I mean, he has both the Winter Truncheon as well, so he has like kind of immunity against the Tempest of Blades. So as long as he doesn't, so long as he stays mindful of his positioning and the way he enters the fight. But you know, the same problem with their composition is that if the Stygel catches the the Nathan is going to use entropy to kind of zone out, reveal the Yuzong on the bush. They're not going to take the fight just yet. They're waiting for the perfect opportunity. Julian is still hiding on the bush here. Hmm. Nathan might be going down here. Nathan, if yeah, never mind. Let's not go closer to the. Oh, never mind. I don't know what. Okay, the movement is certainly interesting on this Nathan. Um, yeah. So far, it seems they're taking a more passive approach. Both teams, they're allowing the other team to make a mistake. They're not entering the fight just yet. Yeah, Tigreal I is quite into a little bit too deep. Has to flicker out. I don't think he had to flicker out, but that's a flicker wasted on the Tigreal. It's only half HP. You cannot by any means contest in this Lord. And Lord is going to go down rapidly. Now Ling has to steal this turtle. This Lord yet again. But never mind. He just decides it's not worth it and believes in their capability of defending this Lord. I think they are going to defend this Lord actually, unless this Yuzong catches the Nathan somehow. If this Yuzong catches the Nathan, then they will lose. So we'll see what happens. The Julian catching the Tiger not doing so much damage as I expected. The Ling! Oh, that's no ultimate for him. Hmm. Brazilian. Oh, the implosion being used on the Yuzong. Yuzong will be going down this early game, this early to the fight. Yuzong is down with no mistakes. The Yuzong was he was too close. He flew too close to the sun and he paid for it. And now the fight is they are going to successfully defend this. The Nathan has the immortality as well, so he has a second life. If he does make a mistake on his first one, the Tempest Blade used to survive the onslaught done by the Julian. Julian taking a lot of damage from the Phobias, but the Phobias is going to go down as well. The Nathan with the entropy not doing a lot of damage as I hope they would. The immortality is popped up, and I think he will be going down to the Irrital as well. The Wind of Nature on the Irrital is very low. He does take out the Sicilian, but he does go down as well. And now it's just 2 versus 3. What will Ling do? Ling doesn't have his ultimate yet. Not ready. And the minion wave, he has to defend against 3 people all at once. The minions are here. The implosion being used on the Julian. Oh, the winter transient is used, but never mind. The Ling does indeed take the kill on the Julian, and successfully they have defended this game. Yuzong is here, so he could try to do something here. Oh, the Petrify catching the lane, but Tempest Blade is here. Tempest Blade, yeah, he could be surviving this if he does survive, and that's a reset. And they have successfully defended this base. I don't know how they defended it, but they defended it. It would have been very bad for for the Yuzong if the Yuzong actually caught the lane, but he wasn't really able to catch. And the damage from Nathan is kind of lacking, if I'm being honest. I don't know why the damage is lacking, but certainly not there. The stack to Sicilian is 242, which I think is very low, considering we are 20 minutes already. So this Sicilian has to kind of step up and collect those stacks he needs. His team has to allow him to collect the stacks he needs. Because if you look at the damage he's putting out, yeah, it's okay, but it's not the best he could be doing. And he doesn't have the block of destiny. Oh, the implosion flicker by the Tigreal catching the Irrital. Irrital somehow. Oh, he has the purify again. I forgot Irrital had purify. But now that means no more purify for the Irrital, and also no more ultimate for the Tigreal. This Lord fight is going to be close. The Pentagon form being used by the Yuzong. Yuzong is going in the back line, catching the Tigreal, or at least trying to catch the Tigreal. Not really successful in doing. Julian, a very, very bad sign. A very bad start for them. No more jungler. This is a free lord for them. Hmm. The Blood Oaths are not looking good in this scenario. They have to pull up a miracle defense. They have to do something of the sort. Tigreal has to catch the Xavier and the Irithel as well. Irithel has no more Purify. They need to be very lucky in this defense to do something here because it's very hard for them. I mean, Ling will be open for commission in this fight, but he doesn't have blue buff with him. So it's very hard for him to defend this fight. I don't know how they will do it, but as I said, nothing is impossible. The Ling is I don't know what this Ling is doing. This Ling is behind enemy lines. Uses Tempest Blade. He tries to escape, but he has no more blades. He doesn't have his first skill on cooldown. He is using the Winston. He's like kind of distracting the Airtel, allowing his marksman to melt down the Lord. The entropy being used by the Nathan, but the Implosion catching the Julian and the Yuzong as well. The Petrify on the Yuzong. Trying to catch somebody, but the Phobius takes him down. The Phobius is taking 2 down, and the next to fall in line will be the Irrital. No, Irrital has Wind of Nature. The Wind of Nature somehow saving with a flicker with the Phobias. They somehow pulled a miracle defense, a 4 versus 5, and they somehow did it. The flicker implosion. Wait, that wasn't even a flicker. That was just an implosion by the Tyrell, along with the Naran, just killing everyone, and then didn't lose a single member except the Ling who died here because I don't know what happened to him. But yeah, 4 versus 5, they won without any casualty. Oh my God, they needed this defense. They needed this momentum. They needed this reprieve. Now they have area to breathe. Now they can open up the map, especially because the only survivor is Xavier. This turret will be going down to the Nathan. Yes, Xavier cannot defend this, not alone, at least. He does have the blue buff as well. Julian is now in commission. So well now Ling has the blue. Hmm. Now we can see some Blade gameplay by him. Well, I mean, if we look at the turrets, right? Of course, Maf is still winning by a huge margin, but they should have won right there. I don't know what happened. I don't know what exactly went wrong, but something went wrong. And they somehow defended a 4 versus 5. Oh, this Tyrell is going again, fast checking. It's just face checking Bush without his teammate, but never mind. The Frozen being used on the Hylos, the Glorious Pathway, the Ling on Tempest Blade on the backline. Frozen being used by the Xavier, the Ling getting stunned by the Xavier goes down, but it's a Julian. It's a 1 for 1. It's all equal. The Purify being used prematurely by the Nathan used Purify very bad in that moment. But now both the junglers are dead. Both the junglers are dead. So that means this Lord, if they somehow decide to take it, will be all up to chance. Will they take it? I mean, the Nathan does not have the Purify anymore, so it'll be kind of hard for him to do so. Phobius might be going down here. The Tigreal Implosion! He has did it again! The Madman catches the Irithel. Irithel has to use Wind of Nature, but he does get caught by the... Somehow, Yuzong gets a kill on the Nathan, because Nathan doesn't have Purify anymore. Okay. Okay, my earpiece disconnected, but yeah, that's like a 2 for 1 actually. So that's a good thing for the Blood Oaths now. They could rush this Lord if they wanted to. I mean, they don't have the Nathan anymore, but they have the number advantage with them. Irisal is not available for the side of the map. It's just a 3 versus 4, so they could apply pressure here if they really wanted to. But it's just 15 seconds before they make a decision. The time is running out, so. Yeah, the minions is too much. Oh, the lane might be going down to the Julian misses his skill. This is very bad. The Tempest Blade being used to the Julian. The Julian it takes out the immortality being popped up, but yeah, he decides to fall back. This is an interesting fight that is happening. Uh, the Phobia is trying to get something, but he gets caught by the Xavier, and that's a fight with the same claws missing everybody. Oh, this fight is nail biting. I don't know who will win this game. Both the teams are very compelling with the late game damage they're doing. The CC as well. Lane, their potential to kill the backline is very interesting, as well as this Julian doing so much damage. The raw damage he is doing. The Julian again, see the damage from him. The Yuzong, a very bad mistake, gets taken out by Donatan. What an opening fight! But the Downing Light is still there. The Implosion Flicker catches the Tiger. Oh, Irrital, the Irrital might be going down to the Sicilian. Never mind, the Sicilian was too far away. He misses his bad impact. Never mind, he does take it. The Winter Truncheon being popped, and the Dawning Light is there. It takes down the Sicilian. The fight is still happening. The Nathan is on the back line. Okay, oh my God, this game, man. I don't know what is happening. Both the teams are falling left and right to each other. That was such a good opportunity for the Blizzards to come back, though. The Yuzong died so bad. And the fight just happened. It just died like a paper. And they could have won this fight so easily if they just backed off. But the ceiling was too close. His bad impact did not really hit anyone. And that mistake, because of that mistake, it was just the equal trade instead of the Blood Oaths winning. Wow, this I don't even know. The Phobius is on the backline, catching the Xavier. The Xavier flickers out. There is no flicker for the Xavier and the blue buff. It's taken by the Phobius as well. Okay, that's a very good. I don't know what the Hylos was doing. The Hylos should have kind of saved him. Uh, What was it? Interesting. Yeah, now everything falls down to this Sicilian and this Nathan. Entropy being used to take down this Lord. Julian is nowhere near, so as long as this Ling hits the retribution, he will take it. The attempts the blade being used. The Yuzong. I don't know what this Yuzong is doing. He is just going into the backline without any rhyme or rhythm. He's getting taken out. Oh, the damage on Sicilian is so much now. The Phobias on the backline. Oh, the Irrital might be going down here. The Irrital Immortality being popped out. The Entropy with the Nathan takes out the Irrital. Oh man, what a turnaround. They have no Irrital for the defense anymore. Oh, the Dawning Light almost took him out. But yeah, they have no defense. I mean, they have no marksman for defense. This might just be good night for the uh, team. I don't know what that Yuzong was such a bad play. He should have waited for his team there. Nathan especially has Purify, so he cannot even kill Nathan in their late game. So he has to wait for Xavier to follow up some damage. He just went in there alone, and that mistake might have been fatal if they don't defend this Lord. The Lord is marching down straight. The Julian is on the bottom side. He's trying to kill this lane. Um, on the flip side, though, their base is difficult. The Julian is putting all his eggs in one basket, trying to end the game, but he doesn't notice that his own base is getting pummeled. And that marks the end for this game. Oh my, I don't have any words to say. The lower brackets finals will be won by the Blood Oats somehow through all adversity, against all odds. It was the 1-0, then a 1-1, and now it's a 1-2, a reverse sweep done by the the Blood Oats. Somehow they managed to grab victory from the jaws of despair. Somehow they managed to make a comeback. Wow. Wow.
Bro,
Absolute
what a
cinema.
match, Bapre bhai. Hmm. I was screaming alone.
I mean, what do you even say to that? What a good gameplay by both sides. Like early game, the Maf did such a good job at snowballing, the Julian doing so much damage, and the Xavier as well. But their mistake was that I guess they kind of rushed. They rushed in the team fight. I mean, they could have ended so easily on that 4 versus 5, but they kind of hurried up. They didn't play cautiously and they played carelessly. And because of that, the Bloodouts they got the momentum back, and Sicilian just wow. I mean, look at the damage as well. It's just Nathan, Aizen. I told you like this Nathan is going to be the core of this game, and he delivered. Wow. But yeah, Jojo, if you want to say something to conclude, you can. I'm done. I have nothing. I have no more to say.
Well, it was a nice, it was a nice match coming from both the teams, and yeah. So Blood Oath will be advancing towards the grand finals, and they will be playing against the Peak to Plummet tomorrow. Again, the rematch, and yeah, Team Muff did well as well, and yeah, they will be securing the third place, second runner up. So yeah, they will be also getting some reward. And thank you for watching, everyone. And we will be meeting you all tomorrow in the grand finals, which will be the best of five match. Anyways, thank you very much. Good night, everyone. Chalo, end the stream.